What is up, legends? We are back in Etheria. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to talk about Gameflow, current Gameflow. And I felt that this video was needed because I see a lot of people in chat, they end up stuck because they don't kind of understand how Gameflow works with this particular game. And essentially what I always try to do with gacha games is always try to build one character at a time, which is why you will notice that most of my characters that come in, I try to get them of stats. And what that basically means is the peak of what I would like them to actually do. Now with Doki, I need her, in my opinion, for me, I want her fast, but not overwhelmingly fast, because I want her fast enough to actually push other people ahead, which she can, as long as you're starting to actually put some invest into her with her turn meter. If you cannot do that and you just have her at base, you should just leave her 1-1-1. She should be behind people so she can actually push them forward again. But because I'm actually investing and I have turn meter in her, that makes her work a little bit differently. So I actually use her in a more speed lead role, which makes her akin to the way that Lily works, which you can make her actually do that, but she needs investment. Lily doesn't really need that much investment besides her S1. As far as Doki, she needs her S2 and her S3 to be like with Lily, with just with Lily's S1. So just keep that in mind. But this is where I use her, it works out. It helps me and Sharon, particularly for the team that I'm actually using. Now this may or may not work for you because it depends on how fast your team is and where your account is at. We'll get into that in a bit. But essentially what I do is I go down the line for the most part. We're actually farming, trying to get something for him right now. But like I said, for the most part, we're same thing with Messiah. I need Fury Edge, and it's like giving me silly Fury Edge. Like I think right now I have a Fury Edge with like defense on it. Like brother, like well, who gonna use defense? Man, I wish you can like reset the stats. Devs, that's what we need. We need something that you can change the stats over if you get something, so you don't have to be like farming something ridiculously for no reason. But that ain't what the point of this is. Again, you want to get up stats. I definitely I'm in the process of changing all his stats over to what I want. Right now I want more crit damage, so we're pushing that. My attack is fine. I even have okay speed for him, just being like just the attacker and stuff like that. Plus we're rotating over stuff with that, the same thing with that. And the process is you want to come up with builds and how you want to actually use a character. Make it so that it's how you want to use a character, not what you're copying, not what you see somebody else doing. Because if you don't understand why you're actually doing something and what you're copying, is not going to work out for you. Because you can actually go in and copy somebody else's build and copy somebody else's team, but things may be different. They may have S1 through 3 max. They may have a different type of speed on their pet, or speed tuned to be something differently. So when you're looking at a fight and you're like, well, I got these same characters, why am I not winning? It's probably because you're not understanding why that team actually won the way it is. Maybe they're going in a certain order that needs to be staggered. You need a character to be slower than another character. You need a character to actually shield. You need a lot of people may not understand is Artisan actually allows you to do a lot of things that you probably wouldn't necessarily be able to do, because Artisan is shielding every 3 turns. And then on top of that, if you have multiple Artisan in the same team, that allows you to actually have a Persuado support character that's not actually there. So say like if I see builds like with Etheria Wiki, they have 3 characters with Artisan on. That's 3 characters that are rotating those shields in between, which allows you to take certain hits that you probably would not necessarily be able to take a hit. Especially if it's a defensive base type of team. Tia talk a lot, by the way, but you get the gist of what I mean. So I give you an example on progress. Let's see what I got. Lost 3 times. Okay, cute. Speaking while we're talking about this, what you essentially want to have happen is you want out of like you basically want a 60-70% win rate. You don't necessarily have to go for 100% right away. You just want to make sure that you're winning 6 to 7 out of 10 times, and obviously the higher the better, because you'll be wasting less stamina. But you just want to win. You just want to get the wins. Don't be caught up on like I gotta have 100% stuff like that. You can get drops like this just fine. So let's see if this is useful. Kinda. Oh my god, this is what I was talking about. Garbage. All right, we'll let that rock again. Why is this 1 to 9? All right, whatever. So we're focusing on that. However, I do know that the last thing that I actually need to take out is Rengoku, and the character I actually need to help me take out Rengoku is Sonya. She's the next character that I actually made a 6-star, farming for 6-star in like a week, basically. I think since Fuchi, basically, yeah. We need her fast, and we need to start working on all of her all her passives. So we see we have 2 already right there waiting, so that means I need a GP outpost and go and farm that so I can bring this over and get additional skill cooldown on that, and then move up to like right here, because that's what you want to work on. Then I'll head over to her S2 going on a lot. She's the next character, and once you start getting her to a point of being max, she starts overriding things that even when you start to lose in a fight, like say if I lose Yelly and Rengoku, which is kind of why I'm doing this, because sometimes Yelly will actually die. I can actually change that method if I put Yelly in Bloodbath, though, just for that particular fight, because I can protect her any other time, but not in Rengoku. Rengoku is a cheater, basically. In fact, I'll go as far as say if you put everybody except for the healer and Bloodbath, you probably win that a whole lot easier. Put Bloodbath and Artisan on everybody in the team just for that fight. I'm gonna try that too. I bet you he won't be able to do anything. I'm willing to bet that that's how you simplify that fight, because you see a lot of people using Vice in the sense he's doing that because he's healing through it and cutting the where everything else is going to. So if you don't want to build him, then you can probably go with a full team of tank DPS that will actually burn him down, and then have Yelly and Bloodbath. Did I say Bloodborne before? I got Bloodborne on the brain because I want that to be remade, but that's a different story. If you do that, I'm gonna try it. Obviously it takes time to do all that, and I don't even have enough Bloodbath right now to facilitate, because it's not gonna be Bloodbath tank stuff. You just want the passive from the set. I still want the stats to actually be attack, and I don't think I've actually even saved any Bloodbath attack stuff, so I would have to farm that. So we'll see. It's probably going to be fine with just Sonya. So I'm going to head through. We're farming on that. So we know the focus is to get her up to 50 because she needs as much health as she can get, because Rengoku don't care about anything other than that. He's a big fat cheater. That's just how he is. And you start to focus everything in the game on what you're doing to that. So, you know, shop wise, you start seeing, okay, so I already got this now. I know that I need to personally go after evolution ties or investigation record. You can do that to make it so that you're not farming that with that, but you also need the Latice, because I need these 2 purple Latice for Sonya, because that's where we're getting it. Like, these are just 2 that's really important to knock out, so I need to save this so that this is out now. You have the summon shop now, which you see I've already knocked out most of that. There's another purple Latice in there. I'm not really summoning right now, so that's kind of like out. You have arena shop right now, which I knocked out most of this. And you know, it's like I'm the perfect Latice right there. I'm kind of like out of that, so to speak. But you do have investigation reward, which is simply worth it, not worth it. And the reason why it's in between is because like this is not that much or not a lot. At most point, if you're at this point in the game where I'm at right now, you actually don't need to worry that much about Etheria and training data. You see how much I have right now, because I don't really have anything else to build right now. I built everything that I need to build right now, and this is as a person who's been here since day one, and we had two double drop weekends and stuff like that. You just end up at a point where I have all the gear that I need to build already built. I'm just min-maxing at this point. So I'm trying to get more speed and then farm speed pieces. I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting crit and crit damage on DPS gear, which is why you saw me earlier. I'm trying to fix and tweak both Messiah and Hellkid right now, as well as build Sonya. Now Messiah and Hellkid already have gear, so they don't need any EXP stuff like that. So I can actually focus on Sonya. Sonya's gear is already built because I pieced together a bunch of stuff that I already had. Which is why it's good to not get rid of gear or break it down right away. Just, you know, put it together so you can put things around, and when you get another character built, another character to build coming in, you can just slap that gear on it, as long as it's good possible gear of stats. And again, of stats basically means it's useful stats for that character. You can put gear on the character and then it'd be like DPS on the healer. That's not going to help you because the healer ain't DPS and they need to be tanky. We also have micro Latisse right here, which is also useful for if you're gonna go the whole vice route and that type of stuff. But we're like whatever on that. Then you have the Animus, which I usually kind of like ignore this until it builds up, and then the module shop, which is kind of like the same thing as well. So then you have event, which we have Candy Party right here, which obviously you should do as much as you can because it's going to give you a whole bunch of resources, including the blind boxes, which, you know, help you out, usually give you stamina and everything else like that. And then as well, once you start heading over to challenges, you have these which rotate to different things all the time. So obviously we have Dreamscape, and Dreamscape, this is where you would focus on whatever you're doing. So it's up to you at this point, because obviously you see, I was doing both of these. I got pissed off at Dream with these, so I just stopped doing that. And then I went towards Mystery Box to facilitate me max re-rolling stamina to farm for gear and everything else, and kind of using this to pay for it, basically. Which yesterday I got 500 crystal, which was actually really good. Which cut, that basically means I spent 500 for my stamina refresh for the day, so it didn't actually take that much out of my currency. Which that's one way that you can actually do it. You can also help yourself out when it comes to the shadow prints, but again, this is all situational depending on what's going on. Every week this always rotates to be something different. I do think that this should be permanent. This should be a permanent part of the game. It's a very good part of the game. This chance to obtain, I think I would take that out. Not even I think, I would take that out, so we could just get what we need according to the resources that you want to spend and the time you want to spend. The game should respect the time and the energy that you put into it, not make you RNG through it and then make you further grind into that. I think that's a miss on the dev team, that they again need to just take the chance of obtain out and make this be permanent. It shouldn't go away at all. It should just be something every day that you can do. And then you have this choice over here, which is the same type of thing. Again, you see I already got the stability because obviously we're out here farming. And then you can do the same type of thing right here if you want to go for the evolution of Tysons and stuff like that. I'm kind of far behind. I think I can probably like eke my way into that and pull that out. I can get like a definite summon right now, like an enhanced prototype right now. Do I need green for anything else right now that I really want or care about? I mean, you have the Apex prototype. I'm I'm gonna hold it because we haven't gotten an announcement on what the next LD is, and it might be worth it just to get these Apex prototypes instead. And then you have the opportunity over here on the left hand side to get purple titles. I'm at 29 right now, so I can probably get like another 15 more right here alone. And then if I decide to gamble on this ridiculous box, then I can. But the whole purpose of this is that you can focus that towards whatever you're farming at that particular time. And the same thing goes for over here. Now you can see we have investigation records right here. I've already got the red shadow print and the stamina. We're not gonna get the perfect with Tyson. Again, another problem that this game has is that you can never finish any of the events as free to play or casual for that most part. Or pay to win. Like, I don't understand the purpose of you just sitting here looking at this just go away. If you want to farm it, you should be allowed to farm it and given the proper time, which means that we should probably, this resource that we get every day should probably every time this event's been up, because the event's been here 3 times now. When this event's here, it should be triple. Like, this should give you 90 instead of 30 right there. Like, it should be triple. So again, respect your time, basically. Also, make sure you go on this. We got some dice, so this 1, 2, 3. We're gonna land on that right now. Damn. All right, so what's in here? Oh yeah, stamina. Give me that. I'm gonna use that. And orange shadow print. Give me that too. And then you notice right here that we have an investigation record right there that we can use currency on that. I'm not, but that is actually useful. Oh, we got another one. I might actually because I think I'm like behind, because what happened is I got pushed into going in here 3 times. So that, like, normally I would, that helps. Oh, and we got oracle dice, so now I can kind of like, I'm gonna finagle and I'm gonna take that right there to make sure that I can actually get the wishes at the end. So we're gonna roll the 2. All right, so now I can make sure that now once I get to the end of this, this is gonna be good to go. And I'm just gonna have tomorrow to actually do. What ended up happening is I would get somewhere and then I would go into that stupid door thing, and it would make me go like all the way around or like all the way in, and that made me waste turns basically. All right, see what we get here. We got the 3, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're gonna go land on that and make sure that we get the wish. So now it's 7, and because I'm already here again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna land on it again. So this time we got a summon. That's 25%. This is 25% too. I mean, I'll take that because that's helping me make another 6-star to me. I don't care about the training data. And then that's it. All right. Let's make a wish. I'm actually gonna take the abundant crystals. Like, how much though is this? I don't remember. Nah, I'm not. I'm gonna take the YTs. Yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember how much. I remember like it can't be a little bit. So we're done with that. It can't be a little bit. All right. We did the exact same thing again. What do we have in here? Keep that. Not keeping that. Keeping that. It's a 3. Not keeping this. All right. There you go. All right.
精一杯私の機嫌を取ってくれてるみたいだし。
聞いて、
And I don't think I got any. Yeah, this didn't need. So now I would go to investigation. I have to do investigation one time anyway for the day. So the next rotation for stamina, what I'll do is I'll just go in and then fight that 10 times and then push her ahead. Again, the goal is ultimately to get her to 50. And like I said, we already have everything else done. Module wise, we definitely like it to get a little bit faster, but that's fine for right now. And the HP is fine for right now. Okay. And we definitely want to rotate this into speed whenever I find one. So I would have to farm that as well, because that'll allow me to put cure up to +8 instead and take on the speed pieces off. And I think it's HP. This is defense bonus, and we need to change this into HP as well. So I need an HP piece because this is already on HP. So we need another HP right here. And yeah. Also, and then, you know, get some GP outposts and push this up to right here, which we're continuing to push as well. And that's kind of like Gameflow. Like I'm like doing it in front of you as far as the process. And you definitely want to think about that. Also think about what type of team you have, because your team is going to determine on where you actually beat content. Because you see, this is what I'm doing right now. This team be even better once I completely fix Holden, because Holden is using somebody else's gear and it's making him the losses are when he doesn't strip the immunity in the beginning, and we end up losing the turn for that. And that's basically because I'm trying to make him fast enough that he goes faster, goes in front of Terra 2 do like to strip and debuff in first place. And sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. It wins for the most part right now and quickly, so I just leave it right now and don't focus too hard on that. And again, this is just like a typical team, just to let it rock. My Doki team is not a typical team because not many people are going to be using Tia, and this is a bulky hit hard retaliation Tia, and it's the same Tia that I use over here as well. Now I actually have done this a few times with Yelly, which is why it's showing Yelly, but I don't do it with Yelly anymore because I found that every once in a while Yelly would die. Basically, like if I put her on Bloodbath, maybe she wouldn't, but it's not as consistent as it is with Tia there. So I just replace Yelly with Tia basically. And let me show you guys Tia real quick. We'll come back to this. I've also managed to get her like 5 times. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this game. They trolling. But this is what we got on right now. And I do have her S3. To kind of negate how much damage she gets put into with the taunt, and increase the recovery percentage. To kind of like, they nerfed it, and so the S3 kind of like gives it back what they nerfed. Ultimately, when I get done with other things, I'm gonna put the S5 up as well, and then I don't really care about the shield. That's just kind of like happy stuff. We ain't got Latices for all that right now. But this is for slow team type of stuff. And I know that's not very glamorous. I know that's not what everybody wants to actually do, but it doesn't lose. That's just kind of like how I went with that. Is what we have on right now. I am actually ultimately, I used to have it on Bloodbath. Ultimately, I'm going to go back to Bloodbath so she can keep Artisan on. And and then I can change out the Amber if I want to for PvP. If I get a shell for Amber and everything else like that. That's to make her more interchangeable, because you can still get comparable health that way. And I do have one crit rate right here to make her pretty much her AoE rock out a little bit more. You definitely want to make sure that you have Bramble on her as well. You see, I already have Bloodbath and Bramble on this, but I need to get a artisan that has Colossal Guard on it to make her even more annoying and tanky, even though that doesn't really help her stat. Or I can get the a shell that has what's the other one? I forgot the name of it. Ether Surge? Yeah, Ether Surge. No, this is Smite. Ether Plague, which will help out a little bit with the taunt, and give her more HP that will rock out. But we'll see. We'll see. We out here. We coming up with ideas. I do have an HP bonus, Ether Plague, right there. Amazingly, game don't hate me as much as I thought it would. So yeah. So that's what we have on Miss Tia, and that's how now again, with her having a higher HP, that helps the DPS that she does and her tank ability to just basically be able to handle things and to swing back and forth. You see my Etheria coin, I just don't even worry about Etheria coin no more, because again, like I said, I'm at the point where I don't really need excuse me, to build everything, and I'll build anything anymore. Rather, it's the training data that's problematic now, which kind of sucks, because you got to roll stuff, you have to make new pets when you have certain type of things. So the training data for me is more problematic right now. Etheria coin has gotten to the point where I don't even really think about it anymore. But that's at a 2 month of playing every day and doing all the things that you need to actually do. So that's up to you and how you want to go about it. This is just the ways that I have gone to handle playing this game. As far as this, you see Nico, this is my Nico team right here, stable, doesn't lose. This is my Sharon team, pretty stable. Obviously Fuchi helps out a lot with Doki. That combination is just crazy. And then along with Kachi, Sharon doesn't really get to do a whole lot. And then Hoyan, that team, easy clap. And then I was using it with Kachi, but it would be like a 50% chance to fail. With Ling, is close to like 80, it's 100%, because Ling protects the 3 daughters basically. Like she does an excellent job with that. And then go get to this is where I'm at right now. I know exactly what I need to do, and that's why I'm building Sonya. I just need Sonya basically for this right now, and then I can actually take out the Ting and then put Sonya in there, and then let the cycle of Freya, Klaus, and then into the rotation with Yelly, kill him. I've actually almost done it a few times. It's just that he somehow every single time like outlasts me and just kills them. Like I probably would win with like right now basically, but it would be like a 1 out of 10, and like that's not gonna help anything. Basically, I'm not gonna sit there like, hey, I'll get that 1 win. Like, you're gonna waste 9 stamina? Nah, we're not doing that. So I'm gonna get Sonya, and then get Sonya in there to basically help out with that. And then if I need to, then I can just take out Freya for Val, just to make sure he don't cheat, and let Klaus debuff into Yelly with the Clap City. So, yep. That's what we're working on right now. I'm not really that much in a rush, because like what else I'm gonna do outside of maybe the hard Ember track, and then I just have to go in and do Ethernet rally and a sync. But you just need stuff to do, like like I'm not that much in a rush, because excuse me, there's nothing else after it, and I'm just having fun with building what I want to build. And like you like, as you can see, like as far as like my Ethernet coin is just going to keep going up. It's going to be less and less reason every day, the stamina refresh. So that's where we're at right now, according to process and game flow towards, you know, end game. And hopefully you guys, wow, okay. Hopefully you guys understand that I definitely need to fix Holden. Like you failed to do it 4 times, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna look at him today too to see what I can do about him. Oh, this might be useful. This a 3. I might need it for something, so let's keep that. So yeah, outside of all that, good name, Boa Hancock. I will catch you guys in the next video. I don't have any summons to do right now because your boy just, as soon as I get tickets, I am fishing. Oh, I do have some tickets. I am fishing over here. See if we got something. I literally just got Koros, so I'm nowhere near anything. If anything happens right now, it's going to be complete shot in the dark. Nothing's gonna happen. No shot in the dark for me. Nope. Where am I at right now? 49. All right. So, all right, we'll catch you guys next video. Good luck. Again, I hope this little TED talk helps you in your progression on what you can and can't do. You see, I've done all this with no Lily. So people saying you can't play the games unplayable without Lily. No, that's a lie. It's easier, yes. 100%. 100%. In fact, I won't be shocked if they nerf her, to be honest with you. They ain't gonna like nerf her yet. But probably by the end of this week though, when that RTA that RTA ends, she probably gonna get nerfed because she's just everywhere. She arguably makes the game super easier. But can you play the game without her? Absolutely, because you're looking at somebody do it. In fact, I never learned how to play the game with her. That's why I couldn't. And I guess you could say a outlier. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Do it again though. I'm an outlier for that because I've had her in previous things, and then it was like, oh, this is just easy. And I was like, cool. But I was trying to test everything and play with other characters, so that's why I never actually learned to just like play the whole game with her, like the way people are doing right now, to the point where people are saying like, you like game easy clap with her. I can't play without her. I'm just going to uninstall if I don't have the character. I was like, that's dramatic. That's like saying you can't get good. Like that's like saying you're a scrub. Basically, I hope people really realize that I'm not trying to call anybody a scrub, but that's saying you are a scrub if you can't play this game without Lily. That's what that's saying. Don't like you're not a scrub, right? I'm looking at each and every person right now. You're not a scrub, right? You play games. This is a gacha game. It's not that serious. It's not a AAA game. It's a gacha game. You can figure it out. You can get good. Like, don't tell yourself you can't get good because you don't have a character. Like, that's not true. Like, you saw what I wouldn't got good. Like, had to figure it out. Was harder, yes, but I just don't like the whole people saying that they can't do something because they don't have those stuff. Like, that's absolutely not true. It's a complete lie. So, peace. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.